because this is, I mean, oh man, I think Junebug is going wild against None right now.
Yeah, you guys definitely feel it. We hear it. Don't forget, you can't have multi-Twitch on, guys.
Yes.
Make sure you're tuning into Melee because Big House, definitely known for that Melee hype. You don't want to miss out. But Ultimate here, of course, making its a legendary stay as well. It's when you're having characters like this, you're only guaranteed to get extremely funsies and some weird moments like these. I love that. The snooze, trying to get that set up, and the frame trap, not going to catch it. But I love these little jabs just to get the little hits.
And it's weird, right? Hero, always a character I love casting. I love seeing just a wacky guy, right? You never get the same set twice with this character. And sometimes he says, come on and zoom. And just jumps out.
See ya, bye, I'm out of there. But that magic is limited, right? We got 8, so he's not going to be able to recover for too much longer if he is put out on stage. But as I'm saying that, we do have that magic being stored back up. So the MP is beginning to come and crumble against Lucky to take that first stock. A very exposable recovery, right? Piranha Plant will be taking that damage if he does have that opportunity. I love that air dodge, my goodness.
Same, especially with all that extra added momentum from the buff here. And one thing I did even love before, beautiful back air. I mean, we can keep talking about that back. It comes out quicker than you think, and it hits so hard.
Hits so hard. I mean, again, you said it before in doubles. Really, it's like throwing a pot at someone. I'm sure that would hurt. So it's gonna hit like 1-2. And I love these frame traps that Lucky is just protecting against us here on the stage in PS2, setting up these ledge traps as well. But Boku finds himself that one opening to get through.
All right, and let's see, putting on that bounce as well, which makes it a lot easier dealing with the Patui, dealing with that poison cloud. So it's like, as long as I have this buff on, I'm negating so much of what this character can do to me.
Very true. You don't want to forget that. Those landing MPs, that magic will come out. Again, it's all completely randomized. And I still, to this day, don't know how hero mains read that quick. Not only are you going to drop the shield, but it's going to completely cut any hope you had. The salad has been chopped, and you are in the bowl.
Man, that was a crit, too. That was like the chop suey for real. Oh, that has to be tough. But what I do like that we are seeing from Boku here is, honestly, in the ledge trapping game, that's going to be an air dodge. That's unfortunate for Lucky, but that happens sometimes.
We all did that. We all been there. We're all like, hey, I did that this morning, you know?
Yeah, no, for real. But I remember Gimmer put out a video at this point. That must be like 4 years ago, bro. Just
oh
talking
my God,
about,
is it really 4 years ago? Don't do it. Don't make me old.
Yeah,
oh,
it was like
God.
oh man, Hero has this wild ledge trap set up. And he was talking about how you can use up special to like effectively 2-frame people and also convert into like the fireballs that Hero can throw.
Yep.
And
even into the setup of up smash.
I
right?
ain't seen no one do it.
Nope.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know, but I think Boku might have the sauce. Boku winning that game 1 there, by the way.
I did have a great conversation with a lot of heroes actually today. I don't know if they're all at this tournament or what, but I sat down not only with Boku, but had a money match with Thorn right after, another prominent hero player who did talk about stages as to what really does benefit hero. And he always talked about how something that is going to be quite big, but perfect platform placement on that stage. And we talk about PS2, you're always like, oh, it's a pretty balanced stage. But don't forget that some characters actually benefit a lot from it. Young Link being one of them, Donkey Kong, and Hero is another one I did find out today, because those platform placements with the up special you were talking about, Flambeau, does confirm sometimes into an up smash setup. So it's a little dangerous, and we might see it here, and even in general, Baku just showing so much control underneath the platform.
Oh, it's going to be tough for Boku here. Use that up special. No catch from Lucky. Lucky gets the drag down on the Nair, though, to go ahead and set up yet again a ledge trap situation. And doing, honestly, a great job. I'm surprised we didn't see another back throw there. I wonder if that was a misinput.
Could happen for sure. We're going to see that as the set continues and the crowd gets hyper and louder. You got to stay focused. You got to stay composed and hydrated, right? That's something that's important too. A lot of shield pokes. I love both of them just feeling each other out. It's all funsies, all playing each other. Dash tag. If you're going to be pushing yourself away, I'm going to make sure that I hit you. A flying saucer coming in, but a even more levitating man coming in at the Pokeball, not even giving an opportunity for that to even contest.
Yes, and throwing out that sizzle there. You know, get a little bit of extra damage. Spacing around. These falling Nairs have been really the moneymaker for Lucky in a lot of these situations. Boku seemingly having a pretty tough time dealing with it, but you know what? Just calls it out and says, I think right now you are going to jump.
Exactly. That was such a good idea on the side of Lucky. I love that zoom when it came out. He right away put up that Patui because he wasn't able to jump in time. So it would have caught him, if anything. Unfortunately, didn't get it, but finds the up throw. Now we're back to a 17. 42% as this magic is continuing to be made. Nair into dash attack, and we are continuing in zoom and out of here. Oh!
Yeah, no, one of the great things about Zoom is that you don't have to land after pulling that spell, so you get to jump out of there, and that's what we saw, right?
Yes.
Lucky trying to set up saying, hey, I know where you're going to land. If you look in the little square that appears off stage, it actually shows you. Oh, yeah. Get tucked in. Yep.
Aww. He looked so cute when he was sleeping. I don't even know where his eyes were.
I didn't want to wake you up.
Yeah, you know, just make sure he's knocked out. But back here, waking him up. Boku, not going to fall there. But it does has enough MP to just slide himself back into that match and not get hit against Patui, but still has the ledge trap. Oh!
All right, we're going to pull the menu. You don't have a lot of mana to work with here. The Zoom did show up there at the end, but it was a little too late.
Yeah, absolutely, and you have also just the Patui that did hit him out into that blast zone. In case you couldn't see on that far right bottom corner, as Baku's face is showing confidence and protection over this stage as he racks up damage and the magic keeps on growing.
All right, let's see. Dash attack from Lucky here, trying to find a way in. Gets hit by that lightning blade. Throws out that kaboom as well. And is just throwing out any projectile he can find on this menu.
Yes.
And honestly, it's been working out quite well. Psych up. Oh, gets interrupted. I don't know if that actually popped or not.
I think it did. I mean, the way that it just kind of came through, I don't know if he was even trying to parry it maybe. I think maybe he let go of shield just right at the wrong time. Unfortunately, no snooze this time. I had my nap. I'm recharged, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I just want to continue this momentum. And air dodging in is something that you definitely don't want to see. And it's okay. He's still here to save the day. Lucky controlling the stage.
All right, now what do we do here? We just use this Acceleraddle to go ahead and jump right across the stage and get back to center. But, ooh, you're going to get caught by that Patsui. Woo!
So far, too. I
know.
feel like I never see that. I always see Patui going downwards, but to be launched that far, I didn't think it would go that far. Lucky showing us some new tech. Well, not new tech. I mean, it's in the game.
Yes.
But has new options that I've not seen yet from this character.
Yeah, you know, when people say that boy's spitting, I never really quite took it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
he
damn.
was literally spitting.
he threw that far. But that's also the thing, too. It's like when you're using Piranha Plant, to be able to get that spike ball to go where you want it actually matters quite a bit in terms of when you decide to put in the horizontal input based on how high it is and its trajectory going up or down. So you can't just like shoot it to the right, because what if you want it to like lob a little bit, right? So you have to think about what the setup is.
Absolutely, and it's all based on the position of your opponent, right? So you're not actually reading, you're reacting at all times. Hey guys, we're learning. I love that. The little chop, right? Little paper cut coming in from the leaf. Gonna just load you down and get you even more damage, and just continuing here. A little bit of a presence coming in from the plans, but running right in. Boku committing a crime, just barging into that home that he thought he had protected.
And I'm a little bit worried for Boku as we go into this game 3, mainly because in that game 2, I mean, he was able to put Lucky to sleep, get a fully charged forward smash, and take a stock really early there, and still ended up losing that game. So that tells me that Lucky has made the proper adaptations, right? Absolutely. Can Boku respond? I
agree. I think that in this case, Boku has to learn just a little bit more, but are you teching? Of course you are. I mean, when you're like a plant, you got to know that you're probably going to try and getting edge guard all the time. You're used to it. It's just another day at the park. High winds are in the forecast today. The plant knows how to stay alive.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to stand your ground, you know. Just make sure your feet are planted. You'll be good.
I love that. Tried so hard finding it, and then when he realized he wasn't going to catch, he jumps high, but a little bit too high there. Boku catching that jump.
All right, and now we have some extra little oomph on a Boku here, making all these chops hit. I mean, that was a 1, 2, 3, 20% coming out from Boku there.
Don't want to mess with that, honestly. It's kind of like Deep Breathe with Wii Fit Trainer, right? When these characters are kind of glowing, we don't want to associate anything with them, right? We're going to practice the little distance, okay? And we're going to go back to that life.
Okay, and we see a almost baited attempt at a trump there, but a nice rapid jab coming out from Lucky to go ahead and force Boku off stage. He is a little bit and zooms out the way. That was the perfect draw. And I remember there was actually like a study done a while ago that said when you are off stage, you do have a higher percentage of pulling zoom.
Yes, it's true. I found that out quite recently, so it's great to point out, Flambeau. Yes, when you're off stage, you have a little bit of a more chance, but it's a lot of magic. As you can see, we're running out, but don't forget, every hit counts. You jump through. Depending on what that hit is, you get that back. Of course, we are going to start back at 100% as finally the first stock here drops on the side for Lucky.
Wow, and what a pull for boku here. Gets both the Accelerator and I think the Psych Up as well. That's an awesome combination. Throws out the snooze because why not? Got the Psych Up as well. So now we have what? Psych Up, Oomph, and Accelerator, but I think some of those already fell out. I think it's just the Psych Up now.
Yeah.
You're just glowing.
Hey, yo, you got Psych Up in that? No problem. I got a ball of gas if you want to try that out. That shield was crumbling, and he immediately let that go.
Oh!
Hey, yo! Ah!
That's
okay.
a punish.
Hey, oh my gosh, that really hits hard.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean,
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Explosive.
You got it, Boku.
Right. Everyone just feeling themselves. I love to see fireworks
Got
today.
the bounce
okay?
as well. Perfect timing, right?
I have never been so
you need
scared
a
in my
zoom
life.
right here where you charge that up special. No, can't even get it. Had no MP anyway. So really, it was just a matter of, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, get out of there. I mean, this is definitely a Looney Tunes of a set that we're watching in this game number 3, Lucky versus Boku. Hero versus Piranha Plant. We're learning a lot as this is progressing. We got the oomph and we got all that, but do you have a ball of gas?
Yes.
Okay?
Because, as the kids like to say, like they, what is it the Zoomer say? Oh, that's Mickey? Is that what they say now? That's kind of Hero as a character, man. You never really know what he's pulling up with, but Lucky seems to be doing just fine dealing with it as we have the final stock of this game 3. Both characters here taking quite a bit of damage, but Boku with a very slight edge.
Yes, I love that parry too. That shield was starting to get a little small, so you want to save it. Yes, you are able to also shield the snooze. Don't want to let it go. I like the down air attempt, protecting with that. But no, you're not going to get it. Yeet out from the spot dodge, and now control. We have some fire.
Oh, going for this up tilt, knowing with that added buff, it might have enough juice, but here's an opportunity for Lucky. Converts into the up air. It's not going to be enough. The DI wasn't the best, but it's still enough to survive, and that chop with the buff isn't enough, but now the buff is off the table. We have Accelerator, though. We're moving fast. Oh, yeah, another.
Mommy.
Oh, God, anything will do it. Up throw?
Yeah, it does, and it never actually gets the kill screen, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So I always get surprised with that, but of course, Hero did have all these ammunitions, if you want to call it, on top of him, and that does affect his own knockback. It's just a little bit similar to Shulk in that case. So even though he's going to pack a punch, he's going to kind of float like a little turtle, right? Even turtles do float. I don't know. But
I mean, yeah, I get it. Turtles.
I've seen them float on their backs in the water.
Yeah, they kind of wade with it,
They,
they
wave
moment.
with it. I'm stealing that one. That's a good one. Can we get Bowser up in here, please?
Just,
Ooh, whoa. All right, I love that. Starting off with the shield pressure. Of course, you have to shield that. There's no way you're even moving out of that unless you're parrying. So you're going to get a lot of good damage and control there. But as I'm saying that, starting off here, a little bit rough on the side of Lucky. Boku racking up that damage.
Yeah, and you can already see Boku once again going for those ledge trapping steps I was talking about before. I guess that forward air as well. Might charge another one. No, it's actually going to go for an attempt at a down air 2-frame, and that would have gotten the stock. I respect it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let those rip.
Absolutely. I mean, you have that time. You have that magic. You're at 0%. I don't really know what you want.
I know it. Yeah,
you knew it was coming.
No KO.
No hitbox, though, on the bottom
there
of it. Then finally, if you're going to chop on the top, I'm going to make sure that you take that hit. 0%. Boku's looking a lot more alive in this match.
I mean, Boku's like, you know what? I got you to 100%, and I got both Psych Up and Oomph. I'm going to just throw out up tilt 4 times in a row, and the 4th one does hit.
Yes. Finally, right? That's exactly what he needs as he's going to continue on this damage, literally lapping himself in percentage as an advantage. He's 1 stock fully up with the 3, but Lucky bouncing back in the cloud. Yep.
Better watch yourself. Don't want to be too close to that.
Hey, we take those. We eat that, the pot of gold. Did you see that glow?
Yeah, so he's shimmering. All that glitters, baby. Here we go. It's going to be tough, though, for Boku. I mean, honestly, having such an easy time, I think the fact that, Lucky, I was saying before that I was feeling pretty darn good, right?
Yes.
You know, I was a little worried. Then I was like, you know what, Lucky got this. And despite the fact that Boku has this lead, man, Bounce is so lit.
Bounce is so lit until it explodes,
Yeah,
right? It is lit until it is dry. So
Yes.
it's just completely ignite. He was so excited, I think, Boku, that it was bounced. And he was like, ha, what you going to do now? Boom. So he wasn't able to prepare himself for that next hit. Did lose his stock because of that. And now he's kind of making this great comeback. He's at the edge guard and does find the roll and lands an extra hit here, getting himself the accelerate, whereas fast heck. Ooh.
And see, it's weird, right? Because it's like, despite the fact that I look at Boku, I'm like, you're doing pretty well right now. There's been several times in this set alone where Boku has had a tremendous lead and Lucky still wins. So I look at this and I'm not even sweating for Lucky.
Same. I feel like even now, right, you have a stock lead, you're looking great. But Lucky has been just so lucky, right?
Yeah.
Just coming back with these hits that you don't think he's going to find, and he ends up doing it. He just has such a dominant presence on this stage. He feels so confident even when he's behind and learns. He adapts very, very well, but having a hard time as he is now, because the problem is, how is a plant supposed to touch a sword that is trying to run away from you?
Yes, you know, it's like you got the garden trimmers out and you're just trying to avoid getting all your little leaves nicked off, right?
Yep.
But hopefully, I mean, if Boku was able to get a convincing victory right here, it would do a lot for me in terms of making me more a believer going into a potential Game 5.
Absolutely. I think he needs it, right? A little bit of a soft hit there, unfortunately, but is a 60%. Looking a lot better now. And we also have that. We have to consider the bounce from the Patui doing a lot of percent, 20% of its own. And when you do have this redness glow, you already know what that means. Not only are you going to pack a punch, but you're also going to get punched. So that's something to keep in mind, and it might happen again.
And there we go. We got Oomph on deck here. That is not quite enough, but you can see how far it's sent at, like, just shy of 100 here. You know, Boku just throwing out all these hitboxes looking for something, and Lucky's going to take a free punish when he sees one.
And that lingering hitbox, too, we don't want to forget. It does, that Patui just kind of welcomes its stages a little bit longer than what you would like it to be, and that back air is so strong and is so powerful on that shield. It almost looks safe, and I don't even know how you held that shield for that long. You are a brave soldier.
Yeah, Kaboom, one of the better spells that, you know, Hero has in the arsenal, comes out so fast, does so much damage and knockback. You just don't want to be on the receiving end of it, and yet what's going on here? Boku was in the lead by so much. Yet again, Lucky is making the comeback. Why can't Boku close these out?
I feel like he's just rolling all the time. Every time I see this man in disadvantage, he is rolling. He's got to stop and just kind of accept the fact that he's going to be in disadvantage, and that's not such a bad thing. You have to use that little space you might have, and I feel like Lucky's just being way more confident in disadvantage compared to him, but the accelerate may be that boost in speed and confidence he might need.
Oh, looking for the chop there. Fell out of the second hit of the neutral. Oh.
Yep, that's going to connect. It's a lingering hitbox. Are you going to get zoom? You are, but the back end, the F-tilt, going to send you off stage.
And now you're in up throw range for Lucky, so Lucky doesn't even care. Come on, stage. I'll grab you.
Oh, my God, you're godlike.
Like every single game, Lucky trailing behind and then just easily making the comeback. You can see, even for Boku, he's shaking his head a little bit because I think he feels like, I had it, bro. How did I let so many of these games slip away from me? And honestly,